Testament of Isaachar, concerning simplicity. Chapter 1. Isaachar. The record of the words of Isaachar. He called his sons and said to them, My children, listen to Isaachar, your father, you who are beloved of the Lord. I was the fifth son born to Jacob, even the higher of the mandrakes.
Footnote G, Genesis 30:14-18.
For Reuben brought in mandrakes from the field, and Rachel met him and took them. Reuben wept, and at his voice Leah, my mother, came out. These mandrakes were sweet-smelling apples, which the land of Aram produced on high ground, below a ravine of water. Rachel said, I will not give them to you. They will be for my children. There were 2 apples, and Leah said, Isn't it enough that you have taken the husband of my virginity? Will you also take these? Rachel said, I will give you Jacob for tonight if you give me your son's mandrakes. Leah said to her, Don't boast or be prideful, for Jacob is mine, and I am the wife of his youth. But Rachel said, How so? He was espoused to me first. He served our father 14 years for me. It is not my fault that our father was a deceiver, and that deception has increased upon the earth. If it was not for deception, you would have never seen the face of Jacob. You are not his wife, but a pawn our father used. He also deceived me, and sent me away that night. If I had been there, the deception would not have happened. Rachel said, Take 1 mandrake, and for the other you will hire him from me for 1 night. Jacob knew Leah, and she conceived and bare me. And on account of the hire, I was called Isaachar. Chapter 2. Rachel's mandrakes. Then an angel of the Lord appeared to Jacob, saying, Rachel will bear 2 children, for she has refused the company of her husband, and has chosen continency. If my mother Leah had not given up the 2 apples for the sake of his company, she would have borne 8 sons. Because of the mandrakes, the Lord visited Rachel, and she bore 2 sons, and Leah only bore 6. God knew that for the sake of the children she wished to company with Jacob, and not just for pleasure. For she went further, and on the morrow too gave up Jacob, that she might receive also the other mandrake. Therefore the Lord listened to Rachel because of the mandrakes. For though she desired them, she ate them not, but brought them to the priest of the Most High, who was at that time.
Footnote H. This was most likely Isaac. Shem, Eber, and Abraham were already dead.
And offered them up in the house of the Lord. Chapter 3. Simplicity of Life. When I grew up, I walked in uprightness of heart, and I became a husbandman for my parents and my brothers. I brought in fruits from the field in their season. My father blessed me, for he saw that I walked in simplicity. I was not a busybody, malicious, nor slanderous. I never spoke against anyone, nor did I criticize anyone, but walked in simplicity. Therefore, when I was 30 years old, I married, for my labor wore away my strength, and I was never a womanizer. I was content in my work and sleep, and my father always rejoiced in my simplicity. Out of my produce I offered first fruits to the Lord by the hands of the priests.
Footnote I. The Melchizedekian priesthood, Shem and Eber, and the priesthood of Levi existed at this time. The Aaronic priesthood was not yet established.
Then to my father, and then took for myself. The Lord increased his benefits 2-fold in my hands, and Jacob knew that God blessed my simplicity. For I helped the poor and distressed out of the good things of the earth in simplicity of heart. Chapter 4. The righteousness of simplicity. Listen, my children, walk in simplicity of heart, for it brings all that is well-pleasing to the Lord. The simple do not covet gold, defraud his neighbor, long after many dainties, delight in varied apparel, nor desire long life for himself.
Footnote J. Either thinking he has plenty of time to repent, or seeking ungodly ways to extend his life.
Instead, he waits for the will of God, and the spirits of error have no power against him. He does not allow his mind to be corrupted by lust, envy, jealousy, or greed. He walks in righteousness and sees everything in simplicity, not focusing on the malice from the errors of the world. He does not learn to pervert any of the commandments of the Lord. Chapter 5. Seek God's blessing. My children, keep God's law, live in simplicity, and walk without guile. Do not curiously pry into your neighbor's business. Instead, love the Lord and your neighbor. Have compassion on the poor and weak. Work hard and offer gifts unto the Lord with thanksgiving. For the Lord blessed me with the firstfruits of the earth, as he blessed all the saints from Abel even until now. The portion God gave you is the fatness of the earth, whose fruits are raised by toil. For our father Jacob blessed me with blessings of the earth and of firstfruits. The Lord glorified Levi and Judah among the sons of Jacob, for the Lord made choice of them. He gave the priesthood to one and the kingdom to the other. Therefore obey them and walk in the simplicity of your father. For unto Gad has it been given to destroy the temptations that are coming upon Israel. Chapter 6. The End Times. My children, I know that in the last times your sons will forsake simplicity. Their lives will be filled with greed and malice. They will forsake the commandments of the Lord, will cleave unto Belial. They will leave simplicity, follow wickedness, and will be dispersed among the Gentiles, serving their enemies. Teach your children what awaits them, so that if they sin, they may quickly return to the Lord. For he is merciful, and will deliver them, even to bring them back into their land. Chapter 7. Issachar's Last Days. I am 122 years old, and I never committed a sin unto death. I have not known any woman except my wife. I never committed fornication, got drunk, or coveted anything that was my neighbor's. Guile never entered in my heart, nor did a lie ever pass through my lips. If any man grieved, I wept with him, and I shared my bread with the poor. I never ate alone. I moved no landmark in all my days. I was godly and truthful. I loved the Lord with all my strength, and every man like they were my own children. My children, if you do these things, every spirit of Belial will flee from you. Malicious men will not rule over you, and you will subdue every wild beast. God will be with you. Walk among men in simplicity of heart. Issachar commanded them that they should carry him up to Hebron and bury him there in the cave with his fathers. He stretched out his feet and died, the fifth son of Jacob, in a good old age, with every limb sound and with strength unabated. He slept the eternal sleep. Commentary. Issachar 6 predicts a dispersion from the land.